afternoon, everyone, and welcome to The Difference. Today's show is Pals, Partners, and Productivity with two of our sponsors and good friends, Lea Fray and Kindra Strachan. Good afternoon, ladies. How are you?
Hey, London.
Good. How
Great.
are you?
I cannot complain. Things are going well. Just doing my thing every day. Radio, 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 right?
That's good.
So excited about today's show. Changing it up a little bit. We're creating a show for both of y'all called Pals, Partners, and Productivity. And I was excited to get this going because I know what kind of relationship that you both have. I also know and have observed the type of relationships that you have with people that you work with, that you work side by side, not only in your own company, but also those partners that are in other parts of the industry that you're in. And so being able to talk to each of you today a little bit about your history. I know some people have seen it before, they know, but we're going to talk a little bit more about that and about how when creating a partnership and being relational professionally, how you can take it a step further by becoming and getting to know each other and being friends. I mean, we all talk about our circle of influence, our sphere of influence, and the reason that we're so attached to that and that's such a comfortable place for us is because those people know, like, and trust us. And I think that we sometimes forget or we sell ourselves a little short in our business relationships when we're trying to build new relationships, that we either don't take the time to get to know them well or allow them to get to know us the way that they should. Because if they like you and they trust you, you don't have to worry about someone coming in and stealing them away. And back in when I first started as an entrepreneur on a shoestring budget, I couldn't afford to lose people that I worked really hard to get. Nor would I want to, because I did respect them. I did like them. I enjoyed doing business with them. So let's start a little bit. Lea, I'm going to let you start first. Introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you're with, how long you've been there, which today is Leah's anniversary day. So congratulations there. Not Lea, I'm sorry, Kindra.
Kendra.
We
Got
have
Kindra on that.
one anniversary day.
All right, so
Yeah.
I'm a little
Excited
off
for
today.
her.
Forgive me.
Yeah.
No,
So we're going to
good.
talk. Let me back up. We're going to start with Kindra. Kendra's going to talk about who she's with. Today is Kendra's anniversary day. Um, maybe I can't edit that out. That's too bad. But
That's
so
all right.
anyway, Kendra, you go ahead and start and get me out of here real quick.
Okay. All right. Kindra Strachan with Fidelity National Title. I'm in our McKinney office and I cover Collin County. I have been there for a year as of today. I can't believe the year went by so fast. I have combined with Fidelity National Title, I have 6 years of real estate experience. I am one of those gals that was lucky enough to stay at home and raise 3 adult sons for about 15 years. And I started back to work and actually was an assistant PE teacher for 5 years and loved it, but decided there was no way I was going to that classroom. I have the utmost respect for our teachers and for teachers. I was great in the gym and just decided I needed to branch out and get into something else and went to real estate. And I really, really love real estate. One day I'd like to get back into it as in selling homes on my own, but right now title is really where I belong. And I enjoy it. And we have an incredible group of people that we work with in the McKinney office, incredible escrow officers, and we have not stopped working during COVID. We work harder and longer and stronger.
All right. And today is your anniversary day, right? Correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. At least I got that part right. So, Lea, how are you?
Yes, I'm great. How are you?
Well, I'm up until just about 2 minutes ago, I was doing really good, but I kind
No,
of
you're
butchered
good.
that introduction.
No.
Leah, tell everybody who
Yeah,
you are that doesn't know, and a little bit about you and a chosen.
sure. Absolutely. So I'm Leah Fray. I chose a home warranty. I know it's kind of a hard name to say, but it just means the power to choose. And that's the power to choose your own contractor. So a little bit about me. I got back into real estate back in 1999 here in Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. I sold real estate for quite a while and then I moved out to the West Coast and I managed the largest Remax franchise in Nevada. And that was an amazing job to have. I learned how to deal with so many realtors, or almost, well, there were actually over 1,000 realtors that were part of their group. So that was a huge management job for me. And then I was recruited by First American Corporation to work for them in their home warranty sector. So I started out with warranty out on the West Coast, and then I moved back to the South eventually and got back into I went to title for a little bit with First American, and then I got back into home warranty. I got kind of tongue twisted right there. So what led me to Achosa is that I was working for traditional home warranty space and working for someone else, making money for them. And I was given the opportunity to come in as one of the owners with Achosa. And so now I work with a team of people, but I've got ownership in it. So it's kind of nice to have that partner level. And it's also nice that we're not traditional home warranty, that, we've taken everything and changed it up. So that's a little bit about me. I've got over 20 years experience in the real estate industry. I do keep an active Texas real estate license. I don't sell real estate. I focus on home warranty, but I do keep up with the TAR rules and regulations and the NAR rules. So that's kind of nice that I am able to look in and keep up with that stuff as well. So that's a little bit about me. I've got a 6-year-old son named Jake, and he's my life, and he loves Miss Kindra, Aunt Kindra.
So,
love my Jakey.
how long have you two ladies been friends? How did y'all meet? How did this friendship get started? Was it work related that got you introduced, or how did that start? Who wants to go?
It did. I think we met each other when I was a realtor, and Lea was either in title at that time or in warranty. So we knew of each other. We kind of worked together, talked with each other, but really didn't know each other well until about 2 years ago, when 3 years ago, when I was looking for a home builder and then working for Payne Insurance Group and outside business development. And that's when we just kind of clicked. We got lucky and just kind of found each other.
All right.
Now she is I like what she brought to my world. Just I'll get into that later, but she tends to calm me down. So I like having that intelligent, spunky, fun personality around me all the time, and everybody loves her. So I'm blessed.
Well, we could probably have some pretty good stories about the calming down then, but so let's talk a little bit about what your show is going to be about. And obviously, you both of you ladies are going to be inviting people that you have business relationships, people that have been your mentors, things like that. But let's talk about what pals, partners, and productivity means. And we discussed this a little bit before. Obviously, when you're looking to expand your business, you're trying to bring in more people that you can work closely with. I call them strategic partners. Not just referral partners or vendors or sources or whatever it may be. I think sometimes we get a little bit too casual. We pass our business cards out. We take business cards, but there's never really that true connection. And then we wonder why we're not getting all the business. I'm out there. I'm passed out 500 cards in a month, and I'm not getting any business. And let's talk a little bit about how your friendship has really helped your professional relationship, not only referring business back and forth, but helping each other connect to others. Talk about that a little bit, Lea.
Well, I think foremost that just having someone that you can talk about your life with, in regards to family, in regards to how you feel that day, and of course your career. It's just nice to have somebody that has the same ideals. They're on the same platform as you. Kindra and I truly believe, have the same, goals at hand. We definitely know how to make our customers feel like they're our only customer. And that's big to us. We don't like making people feel like they're just a number. We're able to talk about strategically how we are building our book of business and then keep the customers that we already have intact. I love it that Kindra graduated from the University of Texas, and she's got that poli-sci degree because she definitely knows how to talk to every single person we ever run into. And I love that about her. She's just so quick-witted, and I love being around somebody that's overtly bright because she makes me look smarter. So basically, I guess I need Kindra worse than she needs me. So, yeah.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, because one thing that Lea does that she doesn't realize is that I don't, when someone throws something at me and it's either nice or not nice or kind of a little jab or something, I don't think that way. My brain doesn't compute that somebody's throwing something at me to kind of get me riled up. And Lea, boom, she can think of stuff right off the tip of her tongue. And not even just that, but also in a sales mentality. Her brain never stops thinking sales. And that's one thing that I really have gotten from her and been able to kind of use in my own world is I don't stop anymore. Every time someone talks real estate, every time someone's talking about a listing, a buyer, a seller, whatever, my brain goes directly to, so who's your title company? So tell me about who you're using. Tell me about how you've chosen. It's kind of like my brain goes right to the sale. And I really think she's really helped me, because she'll say, well, why didn't you do that? Or why did you say this? So she's really assisted me in that area. She doesn't realize it, but she really has. But I think the biggest thing, like you asked, London, about connection, is one of those areas that it's just kind of back there that you have to kind of have these people, the vendors in your pocket, what I call the cog in the wheel of real estate. You need those vendors, you need those partners, so that when, your realtor that depends on you, or lender depends on you, all, that's sending you contracts, or even the brand new one that's not, that you're trying to help move, build their business, they're asking for something. And you're like, well, I've got 5 or 6 I can give you. This is who you need to go to. This is who I've used, who tried and true, but you do with them what you will, but you need to have 5 or 6 in your wheelhouse. And it's just, to me, it's just part of a service that we're good at, that we just tend to remember and continue to work. And I'll admit, there are times when Leah's like, okay, you work for so-and-so warranty company. And I'm like, girl, we have to spread the love. Yeah. And the same thing, she works with other title companies, and that's okay. That's okay. But we always come back to each other. Always.
So, and I agree with that. I mean, when I was in mortgage, I obviously wanted to be the exclusive lender to everybody I ever talked to. And then once I got out of that and I started seeing things from a different perspective, in order for us to grow our business, we have to meet more people. We have to connect to different people. And I don't think that should be viewed as an insult when we have multiple people, maybe in an industry, that we refer business out to, because a lot of times it's not the people that we are partnering with in business. It's the consumer and their personality on who they're going to mesh with the best. And if we only have one option, sometimes we don't do the consumer the best service that we could actually give them. Let me ask this to both of you. And one of you made the statement about, I think it was you, Kindra, talking about when you're having a conversation and having Lea there to listen and be a different set of eyes and ears and see things from a different perspective. So y'all are kind of coaching each other, maybe not formally, but in your own way, and helping each other with the professional development. Would you agree with that? Is that a fair statement?
Yes, I believe so.
We're just able to, like, if there's something that, that we're doing with our jobs that we feel like, okay, what's the next step that we should do to nail this down? We're really good about talking to each other about it. I mean, even with as much background as I have as a sales manager, I mean, I've managed, I can't even tell you how many people through the past. I still learn stuff from Kindra just talking to her. So I don't know everything. It's just good that, like, we have each other. I feel like we're like in the same season in our lives right now, even though her 3 boys are older and, 2 are out of college and 1's in college. Is that correct, Kindra? I always say that wrong. Okay. And even though mine is about to start the 1st grade, that's completely on a different, spectrum, but we still are in the same season, I feel like, in our lives. So, especially through COVID. I mean, there's been lots of tension in this world. There's depression. There's lots of stuff that goes on what's been happening with COVID. And I've called her a lot of times just thinking, okay, what do I need to do? Like, I've done this and I've done that. And then Kindra will say something and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to try that next time. So just having a good sounding board, but also, and I think I'm this way. I mean, I need to work on it to be even more, but Kindra really is business acumen minded. And I think you are who you hang out with. So I like it that I can have intelligent conversation with her, but I can also have, excuse my French, dumbass conversations too, because sometimes mine are that way. And, we still can work it out. So, it's just great to have a partner. I mean, like she said earlier, we can't always work together with all of our clients. But a majority of our clients, we do have a lot of our book kind of mirrors each other, but there is a lot of difference in our book of business too. But anyway, I think we're good for going out and talking and talking it out.
I believe so. I've seen you ladies in action. I know you are. Let me ask this. You both have heard that people do business with who they know, like, and trust, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So, but most of the time when we say that, we're thinking about the consumer and us as the business person. Would you agree with that statement?
Absolutely.
Why then should it be any difference when we're looking to partner with people that we're going to do business with them or send business to them that we know, like, and trust? And is it important in going in the pals and partners into productivity? How important then would that be for you in meeting new people and in the way that you guys do business? How important would that be to establish a relationship with your strategic partner, new partner, so that they do know, like, and trust you? Talk about that a little bit, Kindra.
I think it's extremely important because people are going to spend time and going to support and assist others that they know, like, and trust. And they may not know, like, and trust me at first, or my office, or my escrow officers, but once they get to know us, they will, and they'll continue business. And I think that's where where Lea and I play off each other, but also my own team of escrow officers and our office plays off really well with one another. If there's an issue, we're communicating with each other, and we make sure that somebody's got something handled and is making sure that this person is taken care of and the way they need, or their needs are met. And I think it's more or less just being communicative with people you work with, you work for, and your business partners, your vendor partners. I mean, I'll have somebody that reach out that I haven't heard from in 3 months, and that's fine. But if they're not somebody that we're kind of reciprocating back and forth with, you're less likely to want to give them business or work with them. If it's somebody that you're continually, and it has to be a continuous situation because things change, but it's more or less support. It's like, who do I know that I can call, that I can, teach a CE class, or I've got a realtor who needs an inspector right away. Well, I can think of 5 right now that I know that I've met through networking, and that I would have them call if they really can't find someone. And I'd even help, reach out if they needed the assistance or give them an introduction. So I think that's where it's really important that you do know, like, and trust the people you work with.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lea.
No, I was just going to say, in our industry, we're definitely connectors, and we want to connect people with the right people. But at the same time, we have to do it through a giving way. We're there to lift people up and help them out, just like people do back to us. So, I try to. I know we're in sales, and that always seems like that's take. But to me, and I think Kindra and I are on the same level as this, we want to give, we want to help. We want to do a hand up to help people out so they know that we're a solid team member to them, and that they know that we're always there for them to help them in any situation when it comes to their real estate transaction. So we don't try to come into the relationships that we build as taking are gaining something out of it. If we get something out of it, then that's just a bonus. If we get to earn their business, that's a bonus. We really come at it as, how can we help you? How can we make you feel better about what you do on a daily basis? Because in the end, that makes Kindra and I feel good that we've done something for the positive, and not the negative. But we do like to hang out with like-minded individuals as humans, but sometimes we have to do business with all types of people, and you just have to be able to plain folk and figure it out. And
Right.
yeah.
Well, and I think also that being able to invest, show some interest and invest time in other people's business and their growth, showing that type of interest, that does establish the know, like, and trust factor, for sure. I know that you both do that. Leah, we've got about 10 minutes left, and I want to switch now a little bit to your businesses, and that's going to lead me to you first, Leah. When y'all created Achosa, and you've got this unique kind of business model that you started, and I want you to share that with everybody on how, and I truly am impressed by the approach that y'all took, going and looking into the Better Business Bureau. To me, that was just a creative way to figure out how to address what the consumer doesn't like. And so talk a little bit about that and Achosa, and then the other things that are different with Achosa than just your other warranty companies. And then Kindra, will finish up with you and a little bit about Fidelity.
Okay, so we're getting a little bit of feedback.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear that?
I can hear it, but I don't know where it's coming from.
Okay. I just want to make sure that you can hear me, or
I think
is that better?
Kindra's. Yep.
Okay. So this is how we started Achosa. The co-founders, Harry Kiefer and then Corey Bykowski out of Florida, they worked for a traditional home warranty company here in the United States, and it was owned by DE Direct Energy, and that's a Texas company. But they just decided to take all of the complaints that home warranty has always had, and when we all got together and talked about it, it just made for a great platform. Now, I didn't come into the company until this last December, but they have been around for over 2 years now. So it's just taken off big time. Like you said, one of the biggest things that was a platform for us was, let's take those Better Business Bureau complaints. And the biggest complaint is people, consumers, realtors, they were not able to choose their own contractor. And when you can't choose your own contractor, you're kind of handcuffed, and you really don't know if there's a trust factor there. So we took all that away. And now, since we're not traditional home warranty and we have rolled out in the 12 states that we're in, it's going off like wildfire. People love the idea of transparency. They love the idea that they can call their own contractor and get stuff fixed same day. So that's just in a nutshell how we started. It really wasn't a big convoluted process. It was, hey, let's do this. Let's make it something that people can love to have again. They don't have to fight, moan, and groan to get claims done. And we can put a better name back to the home warranty industry. I mean, it's had a really bad negative connotation. And another thing that we do, and I'll wrap it up on my part, is that we do NPS scoring. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but NPS scoring is used by Starbucks, by Costco. Big Texas company that uses it is HEB. I'm sure you guys have heard of that. After every single claim that we wrap up, we send out the survey. And the question that you guys are probably familiar with, which comes from NPS scoring, is how likely are you to recommend this product or service to your, sphere of influence again. So that was huge for us to get NPS scoring set up. We're so proud of that. We are, in the 80s. And normal scoring for a home warranty is low below the 20s. So we have definitely changed the game for home warranty.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I like I said, I was really impressed with it, because I think we get, in our own industries, we get wrapped up in our own bubble. And I think sometimes it's really easy to go, well, this is the way everybody's doing it. We'll just keep doing it that way. And to have the courage and the foresight to look into places to really brand yourself in a unique, not just a unique way, but a constructive way. I think that's awesome. So really happy for you, Leah, on that. Kindra, let's talk a little bit about you and Fidelity. You've been there now a full year, and
Yes.
so talk a little bit about that, what you love about it, and how you're helping the industry itself.
Well, yes, I've been here a year. I was fortunate enough to start with a company that's a Fortune 500 company. We actually are the brand of the name of the Fortune 500 company, and we have many sister brands that are in our area. There's about 5 or 6 that fall underneath the Fidelity umbrella. But we have 6 offices in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that are corporate offices. We have many fee offices, but those aren't related to us necessarily. But our corporate offices are expanding. We will be expanding over the next 6 months. I came into a marketplace not knowing many individuals in McKinney, and I feel like I've made a lot of I've made a lot of headway in that area. I look at McKinney, not just McKinney, but Collin County, because I've lived in Frisco since 1992. And so when we first started living here in 92, there was nothing here. So we went to Plano to shop. We went to Dallas to shop. We went to McKinney for things. So to me, it's all of Collin County is an area, not just the city. But I'm fortunate enough to work with an excellent team. Mike Dulac is our branch manager. Leslie Dulac, his wife, is one of our escrow officers, and she handles a lot of our refis with our lenders, as well as a lot of residential. Mike handles everything. I mean, he does a variety of closings, as well as Leanne Harden is also one that does a lot of residential. So I am lucky, and some light commercial. We also do some light commercial. We can close anywhere in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We are mobile notary. We are waiving our fees on mobile notary closing right now due to COVID. And we have a remote online notary in our office, which is Leslie. So we're able, if the lender allows us to, we're able to online notarize. I think there's still a few docs that lenders require to be wet signature, but that's up to each person's lender. And we also are curbside closing still. We're a mobile notary. We are closing in the office, but it's on a very limited basis. And we ask that not a lot of people come with you, just yourself if you're closing. And we have sneeze guards, and we are cleaning things up like there's no tomorrow, as well as you must wear a mask when you come into the office. But I am just fortunate enough to have a team that's very forward thinking. We're updating a lot of our materials for realtors right now. We have a brand new app that just came out so that you can you can actually wire your earnest monies directly to Fidelity. So it's a Fidelity app. It's not a third party where some title companies have third party like Zocum and some other things. It's actually our app. So it goes directly to Fidelity. There's no middleman. And I believe that down the road, the site or insight is for it to be able to take in closing costs as well. But that's in the works. But right now it's a real forward thinking app. Leah and I, one of the things we did collaboratively together, thank you, I can't get my words out today, was come up with, and also my other sales team in our South Lake office and Louisville office, was to come up with a safe showing kit. So we have a kit for realtors that they just need to reach out. We can talk to them. That has just hand sanitizer. It has masks in it. It has gloves in it. It has some booties in it. It has like 4 different types of hand sanitizers. And I also now have something I can send them it's something you put on the door or right in the house when people walk in that says, wear a mask and please remove your shoes. So I've got that I can send to agents. So, but that's
Okay.
yeah. So I'm very fortunate to work in a very forward thinking office and a great team to work with.
All right. Well, we're out of time, but that was a good first show, Pals, Partners, and Productivity. These ladies are on once a month, usually on the first Tuesday. We did this one on Wednesday. Usually it's first Tuesday of the month, so they'll be coming on again soon. So tune in. If they are friends of yours, follow them, share their show. They would really appreciate it. I know they would. And if you're not friends with them, you need to get to know them because they're two terrific people. And I feel lucky that I know both of you. So
Yeah.
thank you, ladies, for being here today. And we're gonna close this out now. So we'll see you again soon. Okay.
Thank you, Lyndon.
You'll have a great. Oh, I'm tired.
I did a bad job today.
No, you didn't. I always feel like I did a bad job every day when I do this. You did not.
We're still